Hello everyone, this is Transformers at Planet Fitness doing a video review at a Planet Fitness of Transformers Legacy Velocitron Override. It's a Voyager class. I just got it recently, so I haven't played with the figure too incredibly much, but yeah, I figured let's go ahead and give a little review of her. So looking here in vehicle mode, she's the standard race car that the original Cybertron toy was. Hello. It's pretty accurate to the on-screen models from what I can tell. The paintwork is really nice. I actually believe that it's red paint over white plastic is what it would appear to be. Thus, it's very glossy all over. The wheels are cast in a nice translucent plastic, which this toy does have translucent plastic on it, but it's not excessive and it's only to complement the look. None of it is anything that would be really breakable, I feel like, so I think this figure is going to last a long time. You can see she's got the top of her head poking out, which is accurate, so hey, no big deal. Helps with the look a little bit, and Cybertronian vehicle modes, you don't really expect it to be too much of a disguise at this point. The robots of disguise kind of got dropped during Cybertron. And overall, I think it does a pretty good job where even though you can still tell pretty much exactly where everything is going to end up, she still does give the impression of being a pretty fast race car. I haven't handled the original, so I don't know for sure, but this piece back here is her weapon. And I'm not certain if it could be activated on the original while in vehicle mode, but on this it really can't. You can kind of poke them out to the side, and that's about it, really. Not really much you can do in this case. And of course you can also move the weapon, but then she just looks kind of stupid. There's not really any detail there. So I'll go ahead and convert the weapon and we'll get to robot mode. So go ahead and you just fold these out from the sides. You flip these fins up, and then you have her weapon. Now for her herself, first things first is go ahead and just kind of unpeg the lights here. You want to split the middle here, make sure these little pads here, I guess this would be one place that could be broken, so make sure that these little pads here come undone. Next you want to extend out the lights. It's on a little two hinges here. Extend them out and then click them into place like so. Rotate the lights to face forward. Next you want to flip these pieces up on the lights here. Fold down the feet fully like this, and then you're going to fold this piece and it lines up here into this slot. There's a little tab that lines up the slot and just pads in there, and that helps fill in her lights a little bit more in the back. Now at the front you're going to want to go ahead and untab her hands from underneath her here. They're holding on to stuff. You want to go ahead and untap them. And then undo her shoulders here. On little tabs, just kind of pull them out, slide them down, and now you want to rotate the wheel around to put her arms out to the side. That's gonna bring the waist down like so, and then all the way to the back like this. Fold up her shoulders to be more in line. Fold down the cockpit window along with her head so it's put into the proper position. Then you want to angle, there's like little hinges in here. Angle them down, fold them up, down, up, and then kind of squeeze them into place is how it works. Squeeze them into place. There's tabs back here. You want to line it up hole, line up tabs up here, and you just sort of, it's hard to get on camera, finagle it in, and then her shoulders are in place. Rotate her hands around. And that is about it for transformation. You can go ahead and give her her gun. And then you have Velocitron Speedia 500 Override in her robot mode. As for articulation, she has arms go out about that far, full rotation, a bicep swivel, an elbow bend. She has wrists from transformation, as you can see. Get a little focus. Her head is on a slight ball joint, so she can kind of nod, look left and right. She has waist. She has a waist, but not a whole lot of one. It's just kind of a little bit left, a little bit right. The backpack does very much get in the way of that. So the waist doesn't give you very much. Hips are forward that far. Her knee kind of gets in the way because she has very high knees. Go a little higher if you bend the knee. Knee bends over 90 degrees. She has a thigh swivel. Her feet, her ankles can kind of rock a little bit back and a little bit forward. And then she has the now standard generations pivot at the ankle there, so she can be put in an A stance. And yeah, she retains the siege port gimmick, or I forget what they call it, but the gimmick of being covered in 5mm PEDs. So she has one on her forearm. She has, I believe these are, you can see it, 2 on the back. Yes, 2 on the back. I should also mention her weapon can be converted back and very easily stored on her back, and actually kind of fills it in more. So you can have her weaponless and it still looks nice, keeping it on the back. She has another siege port right here. And then 2 more on the bottom of her feet, but they're like on the front, so trying to connect it to any weaponizers would probably look a little bit awkward if you do the platform shoes. Yeah, gorgeous figure. I feel like this is one of the few figures that's like definitely an upgrade to the original. If you all had ever known the original Override toy, it wasn't exactly the greatest in terms of looks compared to what you would sort of want the character to look like, especially how she's looked in a lot of media, like comics. Yeah, here's some size comparisons. So she's a Voyager, but she's a little bit small. So here's next to Impactor, who's about the same size, even though he's a deluxe. Here's next to another Cybertron character, who's next to the Generation Select Siege version of Hotshot. So she's a bit taller than like a smaller deluxe, but about the same size as, say, a larger one. Here she is. And here she is next to some fellow Voyagers. So here's next to Wrecker's Bulkhead and Siege Springer. So she's a bit short for a Voyager, but not short that the average deluxe she's going to be the same size as. She's like tall deluxe in height, basically. I feel like a lot of her budget probably went into a lot of the really gorgeous paint detailing here. Yeah, that's about it, I think I can say about Velocitron Override. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.